Well, as you know, Monster Jam is coming to Knoxville this weekend, April 14th and the 15th. To Thompson Bowling Arena, they're roaring back in, and I have the honor of speaking to one of the drivers here tonight. It's the driver of the Scooby Doo Truck, Linsey Read. How are you, Lindsay?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you? Are you excited for us to be there this weekend?
Oh, we're thrilled. We're so pumped up. We've been giving away tickets for the last couple of weeks, and everybody has been so excited to get them. So I can guarantee you're going to have a packed house come this weekend.
Perfect. That's exactly what we like to see.
Well, fantastic. Well, let's jump right into it. Now, Lindsay, you've been a part of Monster Jam since 2016, correct?
Yes, that was the first time I drove Scooby Doo.
Okay, cool. So when did you first get started working with monster trucks in general? When did you start doing that?
About 6 years ago is when I first got hired on. And what they had me do at the time was called recovery drive. Basically, I would go to stadium shows, and if anybody needed to get out for an interview after, or if the truck had rolled over and it needed to be parked or anything along those lines, I would be the one to get in because I had a full fire suit on, headstock and everything. So it was safer for me to get in and move it than anybody else.
So you were sort of like a monster truck understudy, if you will.
Yeah, exactly. I started from the bottom, worked my way up, did the recovery driving, and then did a lot of testing. I went to Monster Jam University. Actually, Tom Mentz, he's an world champ. He's the one who taught me exactly how to drive everything. So he brought me in, he sat me down, he taught me how to start the thing, he taught me how to hit all the individual jumps and do a great job at it. So thanks to him for everything that he's given me, because now I'm going out there and I'm killing it.
That's right. You're doing your own thing now. Fantastic. Well, did you always want to do it? Did you always want to be a part of monster truck driving?
You know, I always watched it when I was growing up. We had one at my hometown, El Paso, Texas. And there was this one girl, Candace Jolly, and she's still doing it. And I would watch her all the time and think that she was just so awesome for going out there and showing that girls can do it too. You know, they can be a part of the industry. So she was a big part of me wanting to get into it just because, you know, I looked up to her so much. I thought she was so awesome. I was always thinking to myself, man, that'd be so cool if I could be in her shoes. So I could do it for little girls too that want to grow up and be a monster truck driver.
You're sort of like a pioneer. You're like helping little girls, you know, kind of like accomplish that dream of, you know, I could do something like this.
Yeah, absolutely. I have daughters of my own, so for me to go out there and show them firsthand that it can happen is, you know, it's a big honor for me because so my oldest, she's 7. She just thinks it is the coolest thing ever. I debuted Wonder Woman last year, and she was over the moon. She was like, "Oh my God, Mom, you're a superhero." It's awesome.
Well, I'm
for
sure
her to see me in that way, you know.
Right. Well, of course. I mean, you really are a superhero. I mean, you go out there and you risk your life every single night. So, I mean, you really are to a lot of people.
And we do. We love to do it, and it really is safe. Monster Jam is. Their number one thing is safety. I mean, we have an RII to shut off the truck at any moment in time if any of the tech officials see a problem. We are fully suited out in fire gear. We have our own custom PC. We have everything to custom fit us in the truck and for the best safety for the whole entire, not just me as a driver, but for the whole entire audience as well.
Right. You got to keep everybody safe. And really, that was a question I was going to ask later on, but since we've already kind of gotten into it, let me ask it now. Since you are a mother, do you find yourself wanting to be safer as a mother, or do you still feel that need to be, you know, like that need for speed to get out there and do your thing?
Well, you know, I never really worry about the safety part of it just because, like I said, they're so concerned about that from the moment that we get into that truck until the moment that we get out. I know that there's always someone out there looking after me and watching to make sure that nothing is wrong. There's tech officials in the stands that everybody will see all night long. And they, like I said, they can shut us off at any moment. And if I roll over or anything, they get there in an instant to get me out if they need to or roll me back over. So I can drive and do whatever I want to do out there, and I know that I'm going to be as safe as possible doing it. So I push it to the limit every single time because I want to give the audience what they pay for.
What is the most exciting trick that you've ever done in monster truck driving?
Well, my announcer in 2016 named me the Queen of Wheelies because I would go out there and air that thing out as high as I possibly could. Sometimes I could land it where I could keep walking it along the top of the pod. So that's what I've been known for. So that's what everybody likes to see. So that's what you guys are going to see too. And maybe I'll pull out some more tricks that some other kids have been trying. So you just never know what I'm going to pull out of my sleeve.
That's what I love. Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. So wheelies, you know, and a lot of people might say, well, that's not, you know, huge, but in a monster truck, that's got to be really like intense to do something like that, wheelies in a monster truck.
It really is. I mean, even me watching it as a spectator still, I'm amazed every single time I see this truck do that. I mean, we have a 10,000-pound beast that we're out there wheeling, and to get it to stand up on those back tires or even the front tires and balance it like somebody can do, I mean, it is incredible. There's one guy that's going to be there this weekend. His name is Tyler, and he is so good at balancing that thing on the nose and just holding it there. I think he still holds the record of one of the longest stoppies. So hopefully he can do that for you guys too this weekend. You can see some really neat stuff.
Absolutely, absolutely. That sounds amazing. I bet a lot of people would love to see that for sure. Now, you're hooked up with the Scooby Doo Truck. Does that have an official name, or is it just called the Scooby Doo Truck?
It's Scooby Doo. It's owned by Phelps Motorsports as well. So they picked up that name, and they let me take the honor of representing Scooby Doo, and it's so cool because I grew up watching Scooby Doo, and I absolutely love it. So
right.
To be able to take it out to the crowd of people, you know, a lot of trucks just have like normal truck bodies on them or Escalade bodies on them, but mine actually looks like Scooby-Doo.
It does.
Ears, the tail. I have the whole 9 yards for it. So it's neat to get to see it go around the track because as I'm jumping over obstacles, my tail's wagging all over the place. So
right.
It really relates to the actual character.
And it really does look like Scooby-Doo. If you've never seen her truck before, go find her on Facebook, Linsey Read, and you will see that amazing vehicle. It is so, so cool. And then, of course, you'll see it this weekend when you go to Monster Jam. Speaking of your family, you are married with children. How long have you and your husband been together?
We're going to be celebrating our 2-year wedding anniversary just in a couple of days, actually, so it's pretty cool.
That's fantastic. How did you guys meet?
We met through mutual friends in our hometown. It's funny that we never even met each other because we went to the same high school, graduated from the same high school, but just never crossed paths until later in life.
Right. Does your family travel with you when you do Monster Jam?
They do, yeah. First quarter, my husband was working for Pablo Huffbaker. He was the driver of Gravedigger on my tour, so he got to be the crew chief for him. And then my daughter got to come along as well, so she would watch all the shows. So we got to do it as a family, and it was real neat to be able to take them on the road and show them that kind of lifestyle. And then my husband fell in love with working on monster trucks, so he
right.
got to on them and I took to craft them.
That's a really special thing to have your family, and when you're off doing your thing, so you don't have to be like, oh gosh, what are they doing? I miss them so much. They're right there with you.
Yeah, exactly. It's great. My daughter, she just turned 1, so it's seeing her up in the audience. She's so into it when she's watching it. She'll see the Scooby-Doo pop up on the screen. She'll just start clapping and pointing at it, and it's sweet.
I love that. That's awesome. Well, that's it for my regular questions, but I have here a special list of questions that I wanted to ask you because I've been popping these questions out to our listeners here on Star 102.1, and I wanted to get some of your feedback, and so I'm going to pop a few your way, and they're just very general, and just whatever pops into your head, go with it. Here's the first question. What is your favorite word?
Awesome.
Why is that your favorite word?
Because everything is awesome in life.
That's true. Everything, and especially in your life, everything is awesome in your life. Now, what sound or noise do you love?
Sound of my daughter laughing.
That's a beautiful thing. What about a sound or a noise that you don't like?
What do I not like? I don't know. There's not a whole lot of things that bother me.
Right, and exactly. When I was writing that down, I was like, I bet she doesn't really have anything negative going on, and even if she did, she's probably pushed that out of her life, so there's probably nothing that you don't enjoy hearing.
No, not really. I'm still trying to think of something. You stumped me. I can't think of anything that bothers me.
Really? Well, and the only thing I can think of are ambulances, like sirens, because anytime you hear like fire truck sirens, ambulance sirens, you know that somebody's hurt, and you just I hate hearing those sounds because I know that something bad has happened.
That is true.
Well, now this is a very interesting one. Other than your own, what profession would you like to attempt?
To attempt? I would like to attempt to be a NASCAR driver.
Yeah, because it's
driver, that doesn't count, huh?
Right, exactly. Because it's the same amount of adrenaline, smaller cars, but you're going around in crazy speeds.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That would be pretty cool.
Watching, I'm like, man, I can't even imagine going that fast.
Right. It's that you talk about scary. It's like because in monster trucks, usually when you all do things, it's usually like by yourself. They watch you do your thing, and then another truck comes out. But with NASCAR, it's everybody together, and it's every man for himself.
It's true. It really is.
And the final question is, and this is a really deep one: if heaven exists, What would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
I would like him to say that I was a good person, humble, and I did good in my life.
That is the perfect answer.
Awesome.
There you go. Well, Lindsay, thank you so much for talking with me, and we look forward to seeing you this weekend at Monster Jam.
Definitely. Thank you. That was awesome. You know, nobody really takes the time to do questions like that. So
right, the
I
ones.
feel honored. Thanks.
You're very welcome. The ones that stretch your mind. I like to do that every so often.
Yeah, definitely. That was cool. All right. Well, I'll definitely see you this weekend. I'm looking forward to see everybody.
And we'll see you there. Thanks again for speaking with me.
All right. Talk to you later.